Everton. What a shocking start to the season they have had. Optimism was at an all-time high heading into this season following quite an impressive off-season in regards to recruitment. But 8 games into the Premier League season and the Toffees have come crashing back down to earth as they find themselves entrenched in the relegation battle. Marco Silva is out and Mr. Rebuild is now in as we rebuild Everton. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild on the channel. This is by far the most difficult one we've had to do in FIFA 20 so far. Starting to learn my way around how to not get bloody sacked every career mode and how not to crash the game. But today, we rebuild Everton. A lot of you guys have wanted it, so we're going to get in and have a crack at it. If you guys do go on to enjoy today's episode, however, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like at the beginning of season number 1. In terms of upgrades, I mean, our squad has a lot of growth in them and a lot of quality players. I'm probably going to go for a new right back that can be the same overall as Coleman now, but that can grow with the squad. Maybe even a new centre back that can grow as the series progresses. Season 2, I think I'm going to go for a new attacking midfielder, but we'll play that one by ear. A lot of room to grow with this squad. Let's see what business gets done in season 1 with Everton. Our first signing in charge of Everton is Lucas Klostermann, the German right back joining us from Leipzig. He signs for the transfer fee of £18.6 million. And we have sold Morgan Schneiderlin to Borussia Mönchengladbach. The transfer fee is £7.3 million. And we have sold Seamus Coleman, a player I didn't want to sell. He's been a part of Everton for so long, but this is purely a financial and business decision. We have sold the Irishman to Tottenham for £11.5 million. And a new centre-back joining the ranks here. It is Victor Lindelof making the move from Manchester United to Goodison Park. He comes across for £28.7 million. There's a lot of blue going on between the Everton badge and the Swedish flag, which I'm a big fan of. Cuco Martina has left the club as well. He's headed to Cardiff City for £1.15 million. My intention was to sell Gylfi Sigurdsson in Season 2 and use that money to upgrade for a world-class centre attacking midfielder, but we have moved forward with our plans. We're going to do that this season. The Icelandic attacking midfielder headed to RB Leipzig for £30.8 million. Dele Alli, now an Everton player. We have signed the English midfielder from Tottenham, £56.1 million. Definitely an upgrade on Gylfi Sigurdsson. Our starting 11 is coming together quite nicely. A very active opening window here in charge of Everton. We have brought in Klostermann, we have brought in Lindelof, and we have brought in Dele Alli, losing the services of Schneiderlin, Coleman, Martina, and Sigurdsson in the process. But if that isn't a solid looking starting 11, I don't know what is. Surely we're not going to have a similar start to the season like the Toffees are facing right now. I'll check in with you guys come January 1st. Marco Silva, eat your bloody heart out. Look at that, halfway through the season and we find ourselves sitting in 3rd position. 36 points. We're only 1 point away from United and City, who currently lead the Premier League. But the worrying thing, I mean, I wasn't really pushing for top 4 this season, but if we want to play top 4, there is a lot of competition very, very close to us. Where's Liverpool? Liverpool's almost in the relegation zone. Unlucky fellas, but we're in 3rd. My goal for this window is to make a big signing at the centre-back position. So we've had to sell Michael Keane in order to help finance this. The Englishman headed to Stamford Bridge for £22.5 million. And there it is. We get ourselves a brand new centre-back. It is Daniele Rugani joining us from Juventus. I mean Piemonte Calcio, but the Italian signs for £36.6 million. He's going to be an absolute beast for our backline. Rugani in, Keane out. That is our transfer window done and dusted. this side's looking pretty damn good, to be fair. Hopefully Keane grows a little bit more at the end of the season. Let's see how season 1 ends. Let's go, lads. We finish in 2nd position in our first season, meaning we realistically have an opportunity to win the Champions League in season 2, which I would not have been expecting. We have finished just 2 points behind Manchester City. A pretty low scoring season in terms of the points that it got the title, but a pretty even season as well. I mean, there's only 7 points between us and 7th place Aston Villa. A very, very tight season. The relegated sides are Southampton, Bournemouth, and Sheffield. I was hoping Liverpool would be down there, but they got sick. Manchester United did take down Brighton to win the FA Cup 4-1. Crystal Palace beat Man City to win the Carabao Cup. Barcelona beat Paris Saint-Germain 3-1 to win the Champions League. And Eintracht Frankfurt beat Saint Etienne and win the Europa League. So that is the first season done and dusted. Exceeded my expectations, that is for sure. Dele Alli, what a first. What the hell? Ashley Barnes got the top goal scorer in the Prem. Good shit, FIFA, good shit. Anyways, we crack on. Season number 2, let's get it. Hey guys, I would like to say a big thank you to OneFootball for once again sponsoring today's video. OneFootball is my go-to app when it comes to keeping up to date with the beautiful game of football. The app is useful whether you are looking for live score updates, injury news, transfer rumors, or just football news in general. And the best part is the app is free to download, so you've got a lot of footballing knowledge to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. So if you want to download OneFootball, you can either head to the iOS or Android App Store to download the app, or you can click the link that I will put in the description down below. So once again, a big thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring today's video. Let's get right back into today's video. Season 2 begins with an upgrade to the left wing position. It is Memphis Depay, round 2 in England for the Dutchman, coming to Goodison Park here. £54.9 million from Lyon. I am stoked about that. And we have sold Bernard to Real Betis. He's been a little bit unhappy at the club, so we sent him to La Liga. He signs for £17.7 million. 2 pieces of business to talk about here. We have sold Tosin to Bologna for £9.5 million. And Yannick Bolasie has made the move to Benevento for £4.65 million. Really aiming to get rid of a lot of our deadwood talent. That's harsh to say, but yeah, these players in the squad now are deadwood. And we have signed Ruben Neves from Wolverhampton, the Portuguese midfielder, making the move here to Goodison Park. £46.8 million, a starting 11 midfielder, a top quality midfielder. Welcome to Goodison Park, Ruben Neves. 2 more players gone. Theo Walcott is headed to Italy. He is off to Atalanta. We've sold him for £7 million. And then we've sold Mo Bezic to Cardiff City for £3.45 million. I think a lot of people, myself included, when Bezic joined Everton a few seasons ago, thought he was going to be a quality midfielder, but things have really gone downhill for him. He's now off to Cardiff officially. Sandro is gone. We have sold the striker to Freiburg here. We've sold him for £11.7 million. Omar Niassi, the latest player out of Goodison Park. He heads down south to join Eddie Howe at Bournemouth for £3.85 million. A new starting striker into the club. Obviously, I want to keep Moise Kean and grow him. But with the rapid pace that our squad is improving and the progress we're making, I thought it was time to go ahead and get an upgrade straight up. We have brought in Milik from Napoli, the Polish striker, joining us for £55.9 million. So yeah, a pretty full-on window here. I think this transfer window really describes what the rebuilds are about. We've brought in 3 quality, world-class players and got rid of a lot of our unnecessary pieces, I would say. But we've brought in Depay, Neves and Milik. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Our bench is looking strong. Got to do a lot of cleaning out still on the reserves. A lot of players not happy. We're in a bit of a weird spot right now with our squad, but the starting 11 is looking quite nice. Anyways, let's go and check out our Champions League group for Season 2. I can't believe we're in the Champions League this early. So definitely a pretty challenging group here. I expect / hope that we can get out of this group, but Atletico Madrid, Porto, and Spartak Moscow, not an easy opponent grouping there. I think maybe second position. Porto, I think, going to be our closest competition in terms of knocking us out of the top 2, but mildly optimistic. Let's see if we get out of Group G. Let's see if we get to the round of 16 at our first time of asking. Okay. What is going on in this rebuild? We continue to exceed my expectations, and I'm sure a lot of your expectations. We have finished top of Group G. Ourselves and Atletico Madrid go through to the knockout rounds. I'm very curious to see how deep we're going to go in the Champions League this season. Who I'll be facing in the round of 16, it is going to be Ajax. They have been in a good run of form in recent years. Can we take them down and get to the quarterfinals? We will have to wait and see. Okay. Halfway through the Premier League season, well, not even halfway, but on the 1st of January, we're winning the Premier League title at the moment. We are 4 points ahead of Tottenham, and we're 9 points ahead of third place Liverpool. Again, the goal is top 4 football. We want to keep making Champions League football, but the expectations have been smashed out of the park so far, sitting in first position. We are going to make our first ever, I don't know if you guys have realized, but I haven't made a single pre-contract signing in any of our rebuilds in FIFA 20. Casemiro will be joining us in the 3rd season. I mean, that's if we don't win the Champions League this season, but the Brazilian midfielder will be an Evertonian in the 3rd season. So just the one signing of Casemiro here. I tried to sell some players to get some more big transfers in for this season so that we could have a proper run at the Champions League, but obviously we weren't able to do it. So let's go take on Ajax. Alright, round of 16 time. The first leg here away at the Johan Cruyff Arena, the Amsterdam Arena. We've got one player out, and that is our right back, Klosterman. We have Holgate in for him. Besides that, it is a full strength starting 11. Do we get some away goals on the board? Let's find out. The scoreline, a 2-1 win. Tadic and Traore scoring for Ajax. Dele Alli giving us a bit of hope though. We have one away goal. So in theory, if we get a 1-0 win, we do go through to the quarterfinals. We've got Klosterman back, so things are looking all right for us. I've got a bit of hope. Let's see how we go here against Ajax in the second leg. The scoreline is a 2-0 win. Digne and Richarlison scoring. We get past Ajax and through to the quarterfinals. Borussia Dortmund in the quarterfinals. Another tough opponent here. Although looking at the sides remaining, maybe our best shot of getting through to the semi-finals. It'd be ridiculous if we won the Champions League in the second season, but let's take on Dortmund and try getting ourselves through to the semis. A bit of a blow here as Klosterman is once again injured. Is this guy ever fit? He plays one game and then goes and gets injured again. But can we get some away goals on the board? It is the exact same scoreline as the first leg against Ajax. Julian Brandt and Paco Alcacer scoring for Dortmund. Richarlison scoring for us. We have one away goal. All right position, all right. So the second leg is here. We get Klosterman back, but Lindelof, a better player in terms of overall, is out. Are we through to the semi-finals? The scoreline is a 1-1 draw. Digne and Royce both scoring, but Borussia Dortmund go through 3-2 on aggregate. So we're eliminated in the quarterfinals here in Season 2. Let's hope we get through to the Champions League again in Season 3 by finishing in the top 4. No! God damn it, we have missed out on winning the Premier League title by 1 point. I mean, we finished top 4, which is awesome, but it just would have been nice to win the Premier League title here in the second season. It would have been quite funny, but the most important thing has been activated, and that is our qualification in Season 3 for the Champions League once again. Tottenham, they've won the Premier League title, and as we scroll down, it is Aston Villa, Bristol City, and Crystal Palace all being relegated. Chelsea did take down Tottenham to win the FA Cup. Newcastle United finally got their hands on some silverware. Fair play, they beat Man City. Bayern Munich ended up beating Atletico Madrid to win the Champions League, and Manchester United beat Dinamo Zagreb to win the Europa League. Again, we exceed our expectations, we exceed my expectations. What is Season 3 going to have in store? Well, I'm excited to find out. Season 3 begins with a player departure as Fabian Delph is leaving the club. He is headed to Wolves for £7.6 million. And we've signed a new starting centre-back here to kick off the third season in terms of player transfers in. Lindelof wants out of the club, so I'm working on selling him. And I've brought in Jonathan Tah to be his replacement and basically upgrade the German signs for £54.1 million. And we've upgraded at the right wing / right mid position, Steven Bergwijn, the Dutch midfielder, joining us from PSV. £50.6 million to secure his services. Lindelof has been sold to Real Madrid. We got a pretty good fee for him given the fact that he was refusing to stay. He wanted to leave desperately. We sold him for £80 million. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us, but at the moment I'm happy with it. And we've signed a new starting centre back. We've got a new centre back partnership this season. Rugani is going to become reserve, which might be bad for his morale, but Lucas Hernandez signs from Bayern Munich. £59.7 million is the transfer fee for this one. He's been wanting out of the club for quite a while. He slipped down to our third choice striker, and now we have sold Dominic Calvert-Lewin to PSV for £23.7 million. A player departure here. Shani Tarashe is headed to Vitesse. That rhymed, didn't it? But anyways, £860,000 for the Swiss attacking midfielder. We have made a huge step here and have brought in a new starting goalkeeper. I'm going to keep Jordan Pickford at the club. Hopefully he doesn't get too insulted, but he's going to be our backup goalkeeper. He reached his max potential, so I've gone in for Edison from Manchester City. £88.5 million, a 90 rated goalkeeper. We all know how important goalkeepers are in FIFA, or at least in terms of simulations. So we've gone and signed Edison. Welcome to Manchester City. Wait, no, welcome to Everton, Edison. I'm having a shocker today, lads. A player departure as we sell Benny Baningime. Apologies if I pronunciate the Congolese defensive midfielder's last name incorrectly, but we have sold him to Bristol City for £4.15 million. Lewis Gibson departs Goodison Park on deadline day. He's off to the Turkish League, off to Konyaspor. So we have had an insane transfer window here. Jonathan Tah, Bergwijn, Hernandez, and Edison out into the club, I should say. Delph, Lindelof, Calvert-Lewin, all of these insane players out of the club. And our starting 11, in my opinion, with a lot of the players still having room to grow, is a side that I think can challenge for silverware in the Champions League this season. But speaking of the Champions League, let's go look at our Champions League group. Definitely a much more flexible group here than last season. We have Leverkusen, Galatasaray, and Lokomotiv Moscow. Obviously, we can't take anything for granted. We need to treat every team based on their merits. But I'm feeling a lot more comfortable than I did heading into the group stages last season. So let's go and find out how we go at the end of the group stages for Season 3. That is exactly what we were after. We finish the Champions League group stages, top of the group. But look at that record. Oh my god. 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 20 goals scored, and just 2 goals conceded. Are you kidding me? We have absolutely wiped the floor with the group. No real pressure, and we're through to the round of 16. But now, the question is, who are we facing in the round of 16? Our opponents in the round of 16 are Sevilla, the Spanish outfit. Hopefully get past them. A lot of big clubs in here, so, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, probably given a decent draw. But Sevilla is still going to cause us problems, I'm sure of it. On the 1st of January, things are going quite well in the Premier League as well. 19 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, as we are on 58 points. That is brilliant. We're trying to win the league this season. Don't want to finish second again. We're in a good spot for that so far. No business done in this January transfer window either. There was no need to really. Our squad is insane. And given how good the group stages were, I'm very interested and very excited to see how we go against Sevilla. Here we go. It is the away leg against Sevilla. Let's see how we go. No Klosterman, so I've put Rugani in at right back for the first leg. The scoreline against Sevilla is a 3-0 win. Wow, we have 3 away goals. That is what you want to see. So we are 3-0 up here against Sevilla. You would say we are the favourites to go through here. We're in a fantastic position. Are we through to the quarterfinals? The scoreline against Sevilla is another 3-0 win. Dele Alli with 2 goals. Neves with a goal. We go 6-0 through on aggregate. Thanks for coming. So it is an all-English affair here in the quarterfinals. We're trying to get past Tottenham. We're the only 2 English teams remaining in the Champions League this season. So there will be an English team in the semi-finals. Hopefully it's us, but we'll have to wait and see. A lot of big teams still remain. So here we go. The first leg is at home. Klosterman is suspended. So just like the first leg against whoever we Sevilla, that's the one. We're going to have Rugani in at right back. Let's see how we go here. Keep clean sheet. Get some goals. The scoreline is a 2-0 win. Milik with a brace. Worryingly, however, Casemiro picking up a slight injury. Hopefully, it doesn't rule him out of the second leg. All right, the away leg here at the new Tottenham Stadium. A very, very rotated side. Jonathan Tah is out. Gomez is out. No, sorry, Gomez comes in. We've got Neves out. And Casemiro is also out. So, let's get into it. Are we going to bottle it? We're 2-0 up here. Are we through to the semis? Yes, we are. We haven't conceded goals. What is going on? We are killing it in the Champions League this season. 4-0 on aggregate against Tottenham. Dele Alli a brace against his former side. We have only conceded 2 goals this entire Champions League campaign. And have scored, what, 30 goals? Insane. 4 teams remain. 3 of them Spanish. 1 of them is English. Obviously, we're the English side. We're facing off with Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals. Hoping it is as comfortable as a result has been so far, and hopefully get ourselves through to the final here in the 3rd season to face either Real Madrid or Barcelona. The first leg coming up here. We are still missing Ruben Neves, but besides that, it is a full strength side. Some away goals on the board would be absolutely awesome. The scoreline after the first leg is going to be a 2-1 advantage for Atletico Madrid. We got 1 goal through Dele Alli, but we're going to have to put in a big shift now in the second leg. Our first piece of adversity for what feels like the entire Champions League season. We are 2-1 down here as we are at home. We have injuries and suspensions still. Neves still injured. Hernandez suspended. Are we through to the Champions League final? Can we resurrect our season? Yes, we do! We go through 1-0 on aggregate. Dino with an injury. Milik with a late goal. We go through to the Champions League final to face either Barcelona or Real Madrid on away goals rule. Well, what a challenge we have. We knew it was going to be tough when we saw that Barcelona and Real Madrid were facing off in the semis, and Real Madrid ended up winning 3-2 in that semi-final. So, if we are any chance of winning the Champions League here in the 3rd season, which honestly still blows my mind that we've made it this far, this early. I thought it was going to be like a 5-6 season minimum rebuild. I mean, it still might be, but the fact we're already in the final is quite surprising to me. But we're going to be versing Real Madrid. Taking a look around the rest of the competitions, Liverpool did win the Europa League. We finally won the Premier League title, and we did it in crazy good fashion, finishing top of the Premier League here, 104 points. That is insane. What a season we had. We are Centurions. We have absolutely killed it. Liverpool 5 points behind us. The sides getting relegated are Bournemouth, Fulham and Swansea. In the FA Cup, Man United beat Spurs on penalties, and we lost the Carabao Cup final to Spurs on penalties ourselves. But here's a look at our squad report at the end of Season 3 ahead of the Champions League final. Obviously looking to get the result here today. We've built a very good side in a very quick amount of time. Very, very surprised to see that. We've got a good starting 11, a crazy good bench, and decent reserves. Would be quite nice to get the result here. Very interested as well to see how the side plays in game. It's a different thing between simulating and playing in game, but we are about to find out. It is Real Madrid versus Everton. It is Everton versus Real Madrid. Only one can be champion of Europe. Let's find out who it's going to be. They're on the attack here, Real Madrid. Mendy. Defended from Bergwijn, but it goes back to Florian Mendy, who goes to Heung-min Son. Went for the bicycle, goes to Hazard, but it's saved from Edison. What was that passage of play? Here we go. Casemiro running up the guns against his former side. He's going to slide it in behind there. Beautiful ball to Bergwijn. Screw it, we're going to go for a shot with Bergwijn. Damn it, I tried to time it. I just got to stop timing it. Straight at Courtois. On the attack just before halftime, he would love to get an opportunity here and take the lead. It's been a pretty mediocre first half from us, but we're going through. We're going to go back. Dele Alli shoots straight at Courtois again. Here we go. Down the line to Bergwijn. We've got the pace. Surely we're quicker than Thiago. We are. Come on, somebody look for a squaring option. We go to Milik. No! I wanted to pass it to Milik, not to the back post. Oh my god, the passing on this game is absolutely dreadful. Why would the game want me to pass it to the back post? We had a tap in for Milik. Are you kidding me? Been an absolutely dreadful second half. That was the first opportunity, and that bloody happens. So annoying. Hopefully we get another opportunity here. Tar. Going through, we hit it straight at the keeper. Courtois with a big save. All right, another corner here. Memphis Depay, taking the pace around Vinicius Jr. Memphis, going to Neves. Neves hits it, there it is! We take the lead in the 85th minute. One of the worst games of FIFA I have played all year, but we look like we're going to come away with a result here. We pile on the pressure in the second half and get a very much deserved goal here. Memphis Depay, beautiful stuff. One touch, bang! Great finish from Ruben Neves. We take the lead in the Champions League final. Mendy on the attack, running straight through. Good block or half block from Jonathan Tah. We need to defend here. Real Madrid have been threatening all game long, but haven't had any great opportunities. We've got the ball back. They're pressuring us. We need to keep hold of possession here. I'm scared. Mum, can you pick me up? I'm scared. We're going to dink that one over there. That's not what I needed. Just make the tackle. Ah, shit. Not like this. Not off my own mistake. Hazard going in there. Good clearance from Hernandez. That should have been a big problem for us, but we're going to hit them on the counter-attack. And we're going to win the Champions League in just the third season with Everton. I am so surprised that we have done it this early. But lads, that is the Everton rebuild complete. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below if you're new around here. I will let you enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.